My friends, welcome to my humble little DS game collection, guys. The DS is Nintendo's most successful handheld console. As of this recording, it has sold 154 million units, and the Switch is kind of catching up there. But I've been doing some game collection videos. The DS is next. I've got about, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15... 20 or so games to run through in alphabetical order. Now, when the DS came out, I was not even born, okay? So, you can probably imagine when I got one, I bought a bunch of kiddie games. We're gonna run through them all right now. It's gonna be a fun little time here. And let's start with the first one. Let me move all these to the side. Hello, sorry to interrupt the video. During this whole collection thing, I forgot to bring in my two favorite DS games because they were not on this shelf. I'm gonna go ahead and start with these games, and then we'll get to the actual full thing. First game. Trace Memory, the original game to another Code Recollection, now on the Nintendo Switch. This game I've beat, and I like a lot, okay? Trace Memory was a teen-rated DS game. It was very obscure back in the day, and I didn't know that it even existed until another Code Recollection was remade on Nintendo Switch. Find the traces of your past on mysterious Blood Edward Island. And I believe it gives you the preview on the back. 10 years after her parents' presumed deaths, Ashley Robbins receives a package supposedly sent by her father that contains a small device. Tracing it to deserted Blood Edward Island, she sets out to discover what really happened all those years ago. Follow Ashley as she explores the island's depths, solves puzzles, searches for clues, and uncovers the truth of her parents' fates. This game used the DS technology, microphone, and touchscreen, all in the best way possible. So for that, I love this game, and it has a banger story. Go play it if you have not. However, it's kind of expensive now. So, fun fact, by the way, I tried to buy this game one time, and this company said that it was the complete copy of the game. They sent me the cartridge only, so I returned it back to them, and then I bought the full game itself off of eBay. Funny story, but that happened. Then my favorite DS game of all time, Animal Crossing Wild World. Now, I've been on record before saying that Wild World is the worst Animal Crossing game, and it freaking is, but it beats any of those other DS games because it is Animal Crossing, and it's still somewhat decent. It's just not the best Animal Crossing game. Listen, to people who played Animal Crossing Wild World when it was the newest Animal Crossing game, when it was in its prime, I understand your love for the game. I'm sure that there were nights where, you took it on a camping trip, or when you stayed up a tiny bit too late playing Animal Crossing Wild World, right? But take off the nostalgia goggles and tell me that Animal Crossing City Folk is not Wild World HD, because it really is. So by default, wouldn't that be the better Animal Crossing Wild World? This game does not even have holidays in it. There's no Christmas, no Halloween, no nothing. How is this the best Animal Crossing game? It's nostalgia, and I'm so sorry. This is my least favorite Animal Crossing game, besides the spin-offs. And honestly, it probably is, even with spin-offs, probably my least favorite. Not to crap on it, I own it, and before you get mad at me, it's my favorite DS game. But this game missed a lot of stuff, and it runs terribly, understandably, because it's on the DS hardware. It can't run very well, but it just adds to the whole argument of, this is my least favorite Animal Crossing game. Alright, now to the whole collection. Let's go. And we're gonna begin with number 1. So, the first game here is ABC Wipeout, the video game. And you might be thinking, Max, this is Wipeout. That's not alphabetical order. Well, let me zoom in on the top camera here. As I brought up in a previous video, you don't go by Wipeout as the W game. It's ABC Wipeout. So, that's our first game here. This game, I have memory of it. So this is the one I actually owned as a kid. Some games when I was a kid, as I've gone over, I would sell them and then rebuy them. I believe this is the original copy that I had as a kid. And I don't know where I bought it, because when I got this game, I must admit I was no older than 4 years old. So I think I was 4 when I got this game. No memory, really, at all. Oh, you know what? This scene right here, this little, like, hit the ball thing, I do remember, I know I played that for sure. Yeah, I don't really remember this game for, you know, being so young when I played it. But I do have, I think it's, you know, complete and everything. Got the manual, got the cartridge. I do remember when I got this game, I was showing it off to my cousins one time, and I felt like the coolest kid in the world for owning Wipeout for the DS. That I know, but I mean, it's probably pretty solid. Wipeout for DS, Wipeout's fun as it is. Wipeout on any console, Xbox, Wii, whatever. It's always fun, so it was probably pretty good on the DS. Our next game here, ooh, I never really beat this one. It's Disney's A Christmas Carol. Now, if you want to know why I bought this game, it was one good winter day. Probably, I think this must have been a 2022 purchase. And I was at my local game store. And when I say that, my local game store is not a GameStop. It's like a smaller retro shop. And, well, it's bigger than GameStop is. So it's a bigger, like, local shop. And this game was $4. Disney's A Christmas Carol at my local game store. And it was Christmas season, so I guess it wasn't really winter yet. It was like, it was December time. And I was like, you know what, man? If I can get into that, you know, that's a Christmas kind of game. That would be fun. Now, I believe this is a movie. Never seen it. Never seen the movie. I just wanted to play a Disney Christmas story type game, and I picked this up. Never really got into it, but that is the story behind it. So, these next two, I'm going to bring in together because they're similar. Club Penguin, Herbert's Revenge, and Elite Penguin Force. So, with these games, I think my brother owns one, if not both of these. And so I was like, you know what? I want to play those games too. So I went to my local game store, the same one that I bought the Christmas Carol game from, and I picked them up. They were, I think, also $4. I don't think at that store, I think if a game is like very cheap, I don't think that it goes below $4. So like everything that is bad is $4. So $8 in total for Club Penguin, Herbert's Revenge, and Club Penguin Elite Force. In terms of the whole Club Penguin series, I love Club Penguin. I was a Club Penguin kid. You know, I was born in 2006, but that was still like, you know, when I was 4, it was, you know, 2010, and 2010, 2011, that was like still prime Club Penguin time, so that was like what I was kind of on back then. I had a Club Penguin Game Day for the Wii back in its heyday, and I picked these up about 2 years ago. Because I had Club Penguin Game Day on the Wii, and that was fun, so I wanted these. And in terms of the games themselves, I think I played Elite Penguin Force, and it was cool. Like, it's nothing crazy, it's nothing mind-blowing, it's kind of like your usual $4 DS game. I'm calling it how it is. It's not the most mind-blowing game. But I believe, if I'm not wrong, these games can actually tie in to your real-life Club Penguin account, and you could, like, actually get coins from them. So that was cool. Like, that was a really cool feature. At least the Wii one could. I think these ones could, too. That was a great feature, and I wish I could use it, you know, if Club Penguin was still online. It's not. It's dead, but you know, these are still some charming games, and especially $8, you can't really go wrong. It's kind of hard to go wrong when you buy a game for like $5, $4. It's really hard to actually go wrong there. This game I bought before a road trip, Howie Mandel's Deal or No Deal. I believe this was an Amazon thing. I don't actually remember fully. I think I bought this before a road trip, because it must have been 2012, 21 or so when I was kind of getting back into the whole Nintendo phase, because in like 2019 and like parts of 2020, I kind of like got away from being into Nintendo. And so when I was getting back into the 3DS and the DS and the Switch, obviously, I was just back into it, and I was like, I want a game to play on the road trip, and I was really into the actual Deal or No Deal show. This might have been even earlier, actually. I think this must have been 2018 or so, 2019, actually. Yeah, it must have been around there, because in 2018 and 19, I was like I was Deal or No Deal's biggest fan. The actual show on TV, I was the biggest fan. I would watch it pretty much every day, like for a summer. So that was fun for me. So to actually play the game on the DS on a road trip, that was cool for me. It's not the highest quality of games by any means. It's very low budget, and it's not a very good game. But is it the game Deal or No Deal? Yes, and that's kind of fun. I know it is kind of a meme though. This is the special edition. I do not actually know what that gets you. I don't know what that gives you in the game. But Deal or No Deal Special Edition, I do own it. I do own it, guys. Next game is one I was really big on back in the day, and that is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. So this was one that I've had ever since I've had my DS. I'm not sure if it was like the first game that I ever owned. I don't know the first game that I owned, but this was one of the first ones. Don't know where I got it, don't know when I got it, could have been a birthday. I was too young to even remember such a thing. Birthday, Christmas, could have been any of those things. This was Vancouver 2010, so yeah, must have been around 2010 or 11 or so, somewhere around that. I do own the game. Fun story though, I did have to replace the cartridge. This is not my childhood cartridge, because I thought I had lost the cartridge like a few years ago. Guess what, guys? I found my childhood cartridge like 6 months ago. Or no. It was like 1 month ago. I found it behind my like entertainment center in my room. I found it behind my entertainment center that my TV sat on in my room. So I found the childhood cartridge. I guess I have to, replace this one. I'll probably keep it though, because why not? I have 2 Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games cartridges now. Get on my level, folks. But with that said, so after this next game here, actually after our next 2 games, actually after our next 4 games here, I should own New Super Mario Bros. DS. I did not bring that game here, because I have it cartridge only and it's in my room, but just know I do have that game. I have played it. It's great, right? So I have played that, but it's not here with me. It's not here in the room with us, as the kids say. But our next game is still a certified classic, certified banger. We got Mario Kart DS. This game, listen, I probably played this most of the time that I played my DS. Mario Kart DS, I don't have much memory of, as per all these games, because guys, when you're playing games at 4 years old, you don't typically, recall everything. I do know that I did like to use that, like, you can customize, like, the front of your cart, like the pixel art thing. I did like that. I think I just did, like, a smiley face or something. That was nice. I don't know who I mained. I don't know that. But I do know me and my siblings would use the, what's it called? Like, the download play? Like where you could play together locally. I don't know what it's called. I totally forget now. Download play, isn't it? It's something like that, or that's what it is on the 3DS. I don't know. Whatever that was, where you can play local, we always did that with Mario Kart DS, and sometimes New Super Mario Bros. DS. We would always do local play. Sad times have changed, and we don't do that anymore. It's 2024. We did it in like 2010, so 14 years ago. 14 great years ago, we would do local play. It was very great. But our next game is a weird one. So I own Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem, but you'll find I don't know where the heck the cartridge went. So I don't know where the cartridge is for the game. When I was young, I probably just went up and lost it. I probably lost the cartridge, but I know this is the exact box that I owned as a kid. I never sold this game. I probably couldn't sell the game because I don't own the game. I don't own the actual game. So it is on my bucket list to replace the cartridge in here, but I do own the box. I wonder, is this game like very expensive now? I hope not. I really hope not. But Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem, I know I played this, but I really do forget how it all went. I know the freaking sound effects are like stuck in my head. I know the sound effects, but I don't own the game. I did own it, but I lost it. This next game, what the heck? I must have owned this like when I was 4. The Moshi Monsters Moshling Zoo. So fun fact, Moshi Monsters was so much fun. If you have no idea what Moshi Monsters was, it was, so they have DS games, but it was first a like online PC game that you would go to their website and you could play in this online Moshi world. It was great. I feel like 2000s kids would probably, remember it. It kind of peaked in like 2013 maybe or so, somewhere in that range. And so they made DS games. I think I just must have bought this sometime. I feel like I got this at a Walmart, but I could have that wrong. It was when I was 4, so I kind of forget. It's foggy, but I feel like this was a Walmart thing. And find them, keep them. And Moshi Monsters, the PC game, was fun. However, I don't know what this game really entailed. Moshling Zoo. Search for 52 wild and wacky Moshlings. Play crazy minigames. Yeah, I'm sure I had fun with this, but it's been quite a while. Official Nintendo seal. Read the instruction and separate health and safety precautions. Very fun. This next one's got an interesting story attached to it. So, My Sims for Nintendo DS. You guys probably think, Max, what do you think of the game? My Sims was a banger back in the day. I have no idea. Do you want to know why? So I was at a flea market one time, and whenever there's almost anything that is Nintendo there, I buy it. My Sims was, I think, $2. It was the same time that I bought the Game Boy Color for $2. So if you have no idea, I once went to a flea market and bought a Game Boy Color with Zelda Oracle of Seasons in it for $2. This was from the same lady, My Sims for DS. So I bought it thinking that I would like resell it or keep it or, whatever. It was $2, right? And I never played it. Only because I just never had interest. It was $2. I was like, DS game, I'll take it. Because why not? But I never actually went anywhere with it. I just wanted to buy it because it was cheap. It was at a flea market and I might get into it. $2, you can't really go wrong. Worst case, you resell it. And so I just kept it. I'm not sure if I'll ever play it, but I did want to buy it at the flea market because absolutely, why not? Next game. Oh, this is my childhood copy of this game. Namco Museum. As you can see, it is the pre-owned copy for $16. I believe me and my family were pro members at the time, so it was $16.19, not $17.99. We saved money back in the day, and this was the Namco Museum game for the DS. And I think what sold me on it is this. I think Pac-Man I liked to play back in the day, so I think I pretty much thought, I could get Pac-Man on my DS, and that's kind of like what I was buying into here. I don't think that I ever really played the other games. I think I would just only really ever play Pac-Man. So this was not Namco Museum, it was Pac-Man DS, and that's why I had, bought it for the DS. It's got all these other games, Mappy and stuff, and Pac-Man Versus, and all these other games I've heard of before, but never really got into. So maybe I should give this one another try. Dig Dug and all that. I know I've played Dig Dug and stuff. Did you all ever have those little, what do you call them? Plug and play consoles? It was SpongeBob's face and his nose stuck out, and it was a little joystick, and you would plug it into the TV, and it had 30 games in it, or it was just stuff like that. It was fun stuff like that. It was plug and play consoles, and it had this joystick and 2 buttons. Oh my god, take me back. I played Pac-Man and all those games on one of those plug and play consoles, so that was very, very, very fun. Next game here, certified banger back in the day, but I never played it. So, sorry, never played it in its prime. I have played it now. And that game is Nintendogs. Now, Nintendogs, you know, when I was young, I wasn't really into, like, what the hit DS games are. I was just into kind of what I was into. Like, if I go to Walmart and I see Pac-Man DS, I'm like, yes, I want that. I didn't know that Nintendogs was some big certified banger that I should buy, so I never did buy it. And then when I learned about Nintendogs, I saw it at a local GameStop. But this was back in 2021 when GameStops were like actively showing all their DS games. That was like the last year. In 2021, that was the final year that like DS games were prominently shown at my GameStop. They might be still shown at your GameStop, but like if I walk in nowadays, DS games are nowhere to be found, man. So Nintendogs was at my local GameStop. We still have the sticker here. Trade hold expiration date. Look, October 14th, 2021. It was not obviously bought on that date, but it was somewhere in that area that I bought this game. And I've played it. I forget what I named my dogs, but I didn't play for very long. Sorry, but I played enough to where I could kind of get the whole charm of the game. My dogs are probably dead though, so I kind of don't want to go back and play it. But you know, they're probably not doing too well. Next game is one that little old me would buy, Pillow Pets. So I actually had this panda pillow pet as a kid. If you were too young for Pillow Pets, I'm not sure if they still make them or not. It was a pillow and a pet, if that makes any sense. It was a pillow. Is that how the commercial went? It's a pillow, it's a pet, it's a pillow pet. I don't even know. But that was a real DS game. Now, I will tell you, I don't think that I have the cartridge for this one either. Oh, I do! Oh, yeah, I actually do! Oh, you know what? I gotta play this game. Oh, snap. No memory of it, but I do actually have the cartridge. That's actually amazing. Okay, cool. So, looks like, you know, there's no GameStop sticker. I think this I got at Walmart. I was saying that other game, the Moshi one, was a Walmart thing. I think this actually was a Walmart thing. This, I think I bought at Walmart for sure. It's brand new and sealed. You know what? Out of all the games here, I think I want to go and replay this one most. Alright, Pillow Pets, I do own that. No memory though, as I was so young and didn't play it much. Our next game, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So this was also kind of in that Christmas phase that I was talking about earlier, like how I was buying these cheap Christmas games at my local game store. This was one of them. This was also $4. This game is also on the Wii. I can see it right now, and it sucks on the Wii. It's so bad. On the DS, I never played it because I bought them thinking like, oh, tee-hee, I'm gonna play some Christmas games for $4. I never really, oh, you know what? No, I actually did. I did play this one. No, I did because I remember it. Yeah, it was like stupid games that just like weren't very fun, but I mean, it was cheap. What'd you expect? I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend buying Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for DS. Don't do it. But it was all right, I guess. Not amazing. Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing. This I don't think that I own the cartridge for. Oh my god, I do! Guys, I have to stop underestimating my 4-year-old self. I actually do own the cartridge for a lot of these freaking games. Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing, I do own the cartridge for. This game is on like 9 different consoles, and I bought it for the DS, arguably the worst one. So, I was just big into Sonic back then, and you'll see that in a minute. I was big into Sonic when I was 4. I've always said before, back when I was a kid, I was a Sonic kid before, no. I was a Mario kid, transferred into a Sonic kid, and then back to a Mario kid. So I did have a bit of a Sonic phase. So yeah, I had this game. And then our next game, I had Sonic Rush. This is not the exact copy that I owned as a kid because I sold it and then I bought it back like 2 years ago or so. And this game I know I played, but I got stuck on some world. I don't know what it was. I know I played tons of Sonic Rush, but I got stuck. I think it was like a water level or something. It was one of the water things I got stuck on as a kid, and just I couldn't get past it, and I didn't know how to like look up guides or anything, so I never beat Sonic Rush. I don't have my original save file. Yeah, look. One of these water levels I could not get past. I don't know what it was. I have no memory, but I would like to go and replay it someday. So, also guys, in between those two games, I did have Sonic Colors for DS. I sold it, but I do have it on the Wii. Are they different games? Like obviously they're different, but is it like two very different storylines in those games? I forget. I don't know. Is it worth buying Sonic Colors DS again? Maybe it is. Who knows? But next game here, a certified banger. Super Mario 64 DS. I never knew as a kid if it was Super Mario DS 64 or if it was Super Mario 64 DS. They made Super Mario 64 pretty much for the DS. You could play it on there. There were some new modes, some new mini games, some new challenges. Luigi taught you how to gamble. I mean, it was just quite an experience. I'm just thankful that my gambling addiction did not begin with Super Mario 64 for the DS. So that's pretty bright and dandy. Our next game is one that I probably spent some of the most time playing, the Smurfs. As a kid, I was a big Smurf fan, so I did end up owning the Smurfs for the DS, and I know I played it a crap ton. I know this cake game for sure. I don't know the whole dress-up thing. I think there was a mode where you could like paint things. I think I played that a lot. Like you could paint something. Oh man, I'd have to go back to it and like relive all of it. But I think that there was some painting mode or color mode or something. I did that a lot. This cake game I know. And I feel like I can remember it having like just a good soundtrack to the game. I think that's what I can remember. Good soundtrack and making some cake. This game, Zuzu Pets, unknown certified banger, this game. I believe it's pretty unknown. I don't know anybody who talks about this game. It's like Nintendo hamsters, pretty much. You own a bunch of hamsters, and you kind of just do the thing. You run through these tunnels. You can feed them. It's like oh God, it's like running an animal farm. It's like an animal farming game. Like you have to feed them, take them out, play games with them. I don't know what to really compare it to. I mean, yeah, it's like Nintendo hamsters. That's kind of what this game was. It was a fun little hamster, nurture them, feed them, hear them, chatter, and love them as you scoot and scammer through an awesome maze filled with chutes, tunnels, twists, turns, ramps. Wait. I think I found a typo on the box. Oh man. I think, okay, so they're describing what is in this game, okay? They say, scammer through an awesome maze filled with chutes, tunnels, twist, not twists, twist with no S at the end, turns, ramps, and jumps, and endless fun for everyone. I think they meant to say twists, plural with an S, not twist. Chutes, tunnel, twist, turns. Wait, chutes, tunnels, twist, turns. They meant to say twists. Okay, I don't know. Zuzu Pets, Activision made this. Better go back and fix your box. I demand a new Zuzu Pets box. I owned this game as a kid, but I rebought it. Looks like sometime last year, so I did it. And then our final game here is, this is the childhood copy that I owned, is Build-A-Bear. I was probably Build-A-Bear's biggest fan back in the day. So I had Build-A-Bear Welcome to Hugsville. This was a game that kind of hit close to home back then. This is also made by Activision, so I wouldn't be shocked if there's a typo on the back of the box. Is there a typo? Let's see. Become the fabulous friend that Hugsville needs. As Build-A-Bear Workshop mascots Bearamy and Paulette Kofor guide you throughout this open-ended adventure. Explore the world, decorate your home, play games, or chat with friends. What's there online play? Chat with friends? I don't know, man. Oh yeah, multi-card play, wireless DS. Yeah, it looks like it. 13 playable furry friends. Yeah, I mean, I know. Oh my god. This brings back memories. This house right here. Oh my god. Oh my god, that brings back memories, dude. I know I played this. You know that you played certain games as a kid, but you don't totally like remember them until you see some of it. That stupid, the sound effects are in my head. Oh my god, I have to go and replay this game. I have to replay this game. Oh my god, that freaking house. Wouldn't you like hammer nails and stuff, or do I have it totally wrong? Oh my god, that freaking house. Oh my god, that brings back memories, dude. But I think this was one of my more liked games as a kid. So that is my Nintendo DS collection, man. Such good times. This was the first ever, game console that I ever owned in my life, and I still do have my original DS. It's upstairs. It's not in the room with me. But this is my collection. A lot of kiddie games, a lot of certified bangers, a lot of questionable bangers, but that is the collection. Let me know what you think and what games I'm missing. Obviously, as a kid, I didn't own any Zelda games. Those didn't really interest me. I didn't own Call of Duty DS. I was too young. I didn't own Metroid. I didn't own some of the bangers back then. If I had known they existed and they were good games, I probably would have owned them, but I didn't own them. That's the collection, kiddie games and fun games. And with that said, thank you so much for listening to my DS collection and for watching the video. I will see you in more videos around here for some more content. Check out these videos and stuff. It's all great stuff. Cool beans. Adios.